Good morning, Ignition Diecast community. Happy Tuesday. It's Too Often Tuesday, and this is Too Often Tuesday. And real quick, I think yesterday I may have given the impression that I was really interested in this channel growing, and I wasn't grateful for the people that do watch this stuff. And nothing could be further from the truth. I don't really care about this channel growing. If I did, I wouldn't have deleted the old channel and created a new one. I'm more interested in connecting with real collectors that really like cars, and yeah, this new channel is as successful as I could possibly ask for it to be. I have too many people to trade with. I have more trading buddies than I can really keep track of and keep paid up. Like I'm in a lot of y'all's debt, which I don't know. You're fine with it. You're fine with it. But I will say, just the other channel, someone pointed out yesterday that the old channel had like just under 1,600 subscribers in like a year, which is pretty fast growth. And the reason was that I did unboxings. Like Ignition Diecast had just closed its physical store, and I was taking the business side of ignitiondiecast.com very seriously, and I was trying to grow the channel to get more customers. So I did unboxings, and nothing makes the diecast community happier besides calling Super Treasure Hunt soup than watching unboxings, because they get to see what's coming, what they want, and what they need to be scalping, like what people are happy about. So I don't really do unboxings on this channel, but I think I'm going to do one soon, because there is one case that I'm very interested in. And when I get those cases in, I'm going to unbox maybe one, maybe all of them, and take it very seriously, like wear the gloves for whatever reason, and do everything that the really successful diecast channels do. So be on the lookout for that. It's probably a couple weeks out, but I'm not gonna do it tongue in cheek. I'm gonna be very serious. And then the next day we'll see how many views that got, because like I said yesterday, the average video on this channel gets like 250 views. But that one, because I'll be unboxing something that's really hot, I guarantee you'll get over 1,000 views. And yeah, we'll talk about that the day after. So today I was asked to do a comparison of the Hemi Cuda and the King Cuda, but I'll save that for last because it's long-winded and you might want to skip it because it's talky. First, we're going to open some cars, which is the crux of this channel. Opening stuff you wish you had. So you may actually have this because it's pretty old, but I found one with a bent J card in the dump bin yesterday. Side note, what happened to the dump bin? Like neither of the Walmarts near me have a dump bin. It's like they've elevated it to like premium toys. And there's one, if you're local here, the east side, the Oconee County Walmart, never has any Hot Wheels at all. It's like, what the hell is going on? And the east side is a little better, but still pretty pathetic. And neither one has a dump bin. My theory, we'll get to the cars in a second. I like to talk. This is the only chance I get to talk, all right? I think we're leading up to Halloween. And once, like, the stores are filled with candy, because everything's all about candy right now. But after October 31st, like November 1st, it's going to be the Christmas season. Like, it's on. It's time for toys. And these make great stocking stuffers. If you like sort of like a kid, but you don't really like the kid, you buy them like one or two main lines. Keeps the expense pretty low. And parents do it for stocking stuffers. I literally did it too. So I think when November 1st comes around, we'll start seeing maybe the dump bins again and start seeing like hundreds of Hot Wheels in the stores. Because I remember last year in November, that was 2024, the 2025s had already landed, and like at Walmart and stuff, there was just a glut of 2025 cars already showing up, like more than you'd want, even if you're a reseller scum like me. But for now, the month of October is pretty dry. But I don't have this one. I've seen it many times, sold a few. The gold It is an Elva, right? Yeah, it's an Elva. Convertible Elva. Colorado Gold. And I don't have one of these in my McLaren box, so I decided to grab one. Those are called Trap 5s or something like that. TR5s. I sort of know the Hot Wheels wheel lingo, but only the ones that show up a lot, like the PR5s and the MC5s. Here's a Matchbox Supra, and I have a new Supra box. I used to collect two castings specifically, and then I had the rest just in my Toyota box. But what I'd went and did was I got a jammer case, a Kislane 48 slot, and put all my Supras in there, because I had like 5 different Supras. I'm not going to devote like 5 boxes to just Supras, so I just threw them all in a big Kislane, including the white one of these, and now I have a yellow one. So I have 2 Matchbox Supras, and it's like a 2023. See, like the years are all over the place. Like the main one that I was doing was the 2020 GR Supra, but Hot Wheels come out with premiums with years after that, and it's all over the place. So I just have one big Supra box. And this one, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have a base model 318. That's something that Matchbox is really good at. It's just like everyday cars. So this is the E36 generation of, what's the year? 1995 BMW 318 Ti. And this was like the hatchback 4-cylinder E36, which is probably the easiest to get. People engine swap them. They put the straight 6 from the 325 or the 328 in there, but you can get this chassis pretty cheap. If you just want something manual and rear-wheel drive, you can get these around here for about $2,000. Before COVID, you get them for like $1,000, but after COVID, everybody decided they were car people and everyone needed a project. So now the cost of cars is like ludicrous. But I have one 318, like a touring like car, or like a race prepped one, but this is pretty much base. You can even tell by the skirt there. That's how they look. So this is literally the first one of these I have. This might be, that means it's 2025, but it doesn't mean it's new. Does that mean it's new for? I don't know. Have to look into that. But pretty pleased to have found this. Now I don't need it anymore. And I found 2 moving parts. One is a 2020 Porsche 911 Carrera 4S. And these are easily opened. Comes on that edible tray. You can eat these, you know. Chop them up, put them in a bowl with some milk. They're really good. The Porsche Carrera 4S. And the doors open to expose a super cool interior. And yeah, Porsche is one of those makes where like Hot Wheels and Matchbox are totally welcome. I have way more Hot Wheels because I used to be sort of targeted, like completist about it, than Matchbox, but still, there's no Porsche out there that I would turn down. I get asked a lot why I don't collect Majorette or Maisto or Greenlight or Johnny Lightning or Outer World or M2. Believe me, they look very cool, especially the Majorette Porsches and Supras. And Majorette's probably the brand that calls me the most, that I'm like, nope, can't go down that road. Sometimes I get gifted them and I don't turn them away, but I'm just not going to start buying those other brands because it'll just spiral out of control. And I want to keep this hobby contained a little bit. Like, I mean, 3,000 or 4,000 cars is enough. But yeah, the M2 cars really look cool. Like a lot of the 60s muscle cars, like the vintage packaging looks dope. But Autoworld M2 Johnny Lightning consistently disappoint. The tires come right off the wheels. They don't roll very well. Adventure Force and Maestro look pretty damn cool. I considered collecting those at one point. And Majorette. I literally used to collect Majorette, but I sold them all off because I was just like, we need to narrow this down a little bit. So here is a 20, I can't read these years, man. 2020 BMW M4 Cabriolet. I think I have one of these in a different color. Sounds familiar. I think this came in the Moving Parts series in a different color last year or something like that. I intentionally get something wrong, like a year or something, in every video because they say that drives engagement. But then I realized I don't really care about engagement. And I just come off sounding like I'm senile or half blind. So I'm going to stop doing that. M4 Cabriolet. You can pretend it's the 80s. What was that softcore porn movie with the white E30 in it? That was the first time I really started to think of BMWs as like cool. It was like one of those things they showed on Cinemax, and Christy McNichol was in it. I guess that's the trivia question. Something Moon, Two Moon Junction maybe, but there's a white convertible E30 in that the main dude drives, and I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool. I guess there might be something to these German cars. So that's all I'm going to open. Get all this trash out of the way. Hopefully I didn't forget the facts about these cars. So this is a Hemi Cuda and designed by Phil Reelman. And well, first of all, Hot Wheels has like 21 Barracuda castings. So it's very confusing. A lot of them are from the 60s and the early 70s. And I think, yeah, there really isn't any. They're all old. I don't think there's any newer castings. In fact, I don't even think they made the Barracuda beyond a certain point. But this one was designed by Phil Reelman, who owns a 68. So a lot of people thought, oh, is it based on his car? It's a 68. But Barracuda experts, based on the front, based on the hood, declare that this is a 69. And if you look up what a 69 Barracuda looks like online, it looks very similar to this. And this debuted, like 2004 or 2006. This doesn't go very far back. But it's a cool one. And at some point, I'm going to try to get more of them. I just have so many things going on. The King Cuda, which is one of my favorite castings of all time, debuted in 1970. And I have all of these toolings. This is the first tooling. I have the first tooling and the second tooling. And I have all of them except for the 1970 releases, which are just too expensive. The internet says this is based on a 1970, but the 1970 Barracuda doesn't really look like this. In my mind, I say this is a 67. There's a special edition of a 67. This looks a lot like, I can't remember what it was called, Rally Sport or something. But I always think of this as being a 67 Barracuda. Could be a 68, could be a 69, because the hood is missing, so we don't know about the bump. But I really don't think this is a 70, because the 70 got all smoothed out like the Challenger and the other smooth cars. The angles kind of went away. So here's a comparison, side-by-side comparison Very similar late 60s Barracudas, 2 different Hot Wheels castings. This is believed to be a 69, which I buy. And I'm saying this is a 67. Not a 70. There's no way this is a 70. That's fake news. Here's the tops. They're pretty much exactly the same length. The Hemi Cuda is a little wider than the first tooling of the King Cuda. So there's your comparison. And this is pretty fun. I like comparing cars, comparing castings that are similar. It's kind of, it's close to what I do for a living, only what I do for a living is really boring and diecast cars are fun. So it's sort of like fun for me. Anyway, close your eyes. The next thing you know, it'll be Wednesday and we'll get this dang old week moving on and it won't be Tuesday anymore. And talk to you tomorrow on Wishlist Wednesday.